I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of today's newsletter is going to be, she slept with someone else? I got an email here from a guy who was dating a girl, and the moral of this email is going to be why it is very, very, very important that you learn the material in my book so you can always tell where you stand with a woman emotionally and romantically. So you can see whether her interest level is going up or going down, and obviously adjust your actions and the things you say accordingly. Because the danger is you end up, like with this particular guy who I'm about to go through his email with you, is that you end up dating somebody and you fall for them, and then you think everything's great and wonderful, and then all of a sudden you get dumped. And then after you get dumped, you find out, oh, well, by the way, I was actually sleeping with some other person. It's kind of sorry. Oops. And then they're still calling you, and what do you do like a month later when you're trying to get over it, and she calls you or contacts you? And so that's basically where this guy is at here. So he says, hey, Coach Corey, my name is Steven, and I'm a bit hung up on my ex. She broke up with me about a month ago, and it hit me like a ton of bricks. It usually does with most guys, because most guys never see it coming. They think everything is going along great, and they figure, well, hey, she's with me, so it must mean that she cares. But they don't know what to look for. They don't know the signals. They don't know the signs. They don't know the kinds of things that women say when their interest level is going, their romantic interest level and their attraction is going in the opposite direction, in the direction you want it to be going, which is up. So he says, it went from her calling me all the time, texting me throughout the day, just wanting to talk to me to tell me how she felt about other things, basically making me feel like I was the only guy on the planet. She even said she was going to propose to me. And what I would say is that when she said that, that's what she felt at that time. Now, a lot of guys make the mistake when they hear a woman say things like that, they think, well, that's always true. If she said it 6 months ago, then it's still valid today. Well, with women, it's not the case, because whenever a woman expresses her feelings towards you, she's expressing how she feels about you in the moment, and it's going to fluctuate based upon what you do right versus how much you do wrong. So he says, I took this all in stride for the most part, but then out of nowhere, she tells me she feels like she wants to date other guys, but doesn't want to lose me. And so we take a break. She probably said, I don't want to lose you as a friend. In other words, she's trying to say, I know I'm breaking your heart, but I'll still be friends with you until you feel you don't need me in your life anymore. And then I can move on with my life. That's kind of how... Because women, they don't like to be mean about it. They would really prefer that the guy does the breaking up, because they don't want to hurt your feelings. And most women, because I say... The large majority of women, I would say, from my own personal experience, is that when they know a relationship's going to end, they'll start looking around, they'll start talking to guys, maybe meet out for a friendly cocktail or a drink, and in their mind they tell themselves that nothing's going to happen, or they'll stop it when it goes to a certain point, but basically they're getting the replacements lined up. So if it doesn't work out, then they can jump right into something else, or rebound relationship, and they don't have to deal with the breakup or the pain of rejection. So, after she says she wants to date other guys, he says a week later, she calls me and says she is sorry and that she missed me so much and she loves me and wants to be with me. I didn't text or call her the next day because I wasn't sure if we were back together or not. And that tells me that you're worried about, what are we? Are we in a relationship? Are we not? Am I your boyfriend? Are you my girlfriend? What are we? And you're hung up on that. And so... point being is those are things, if you'd read my book, that are not important to the guy, because at the end of the day, most guys, they're ready to have a relationship as soon as they set eyes on a girl. And for a woman, it takes a long time, and the bottom line is if she's not bringing it up or talking about relationships, then it means that she's just simply not there yet. So the following day, she texts me she isn't feeling it anymore when I actually do call her, and we do break up. I was shocked to say the least, but we ended on a good note, basically deciding that I would come see her one last time. I go, we have a great time until the night before I leave. She tells me that she slept with someone a week ago and was drunk and all this stuff. So right there, you're getting kind of like one moment she's like, oh, I love you, I got to have you. And then you think about it for 24 hours, and you call her and she's like, no, it's just, something came over me and it's just, I didn't really mean that. That's like, running your heart through a meat grinder. But maybe she was drunk then too, because maybe she was doing a little drunk dialing. So you never really know. So he says, I go, we have a great time until the night before I leave. She tells me that she slept with someone a week ago and she was drunk and all this stuff. At the time, we were both pretty drunk, so I flipped out. So I guess he was drunk on the phone too. So I wasn't in my usual state of mind, so I was yelling all these things like she never cared and bullshit. And we argued for a while, and the next morning we talk about it and leave it on a good note. Well, men who understand women don't argue with them. And they certainly don't call them when they're drunk to have an argument, because that's definitely not a good fucking idea. Then I stupidly call her to talk some more, and it all goes to shit. I'm having trouble dealing with the fact that I went from the most important guy in the planet to barely being relevant. I decided to change everything I'm doing. I started dieting, exercising, boxing. I'm in the hunt for a new job, planning a new car after I get the job, and then planning to travel more. That's awesome. Good for you. That's what all men should always be doing all the time. No matter what's going on with women in your personal life, you should always be striving to achieve to be the most successful man that you can be, because women like guys that have ambition, who are going places, who have dreams, and who are striving for things. Because if you're striving for something, there's a good chance, and you believe in yourself, that you'll eventually succeed and have happiness and the wealth and everything you want. And one thinks, hey, I can come along and enjoy the ride with them and share it with them. I can co-create it with them. But she's stuck in my head, Coach Corey. I can't stop thinking about her and all we did together and how important she made me feel. And it's weak, I know, but every time I start to feel like I have it together, and I fall back in the hole. I wasn't planning to talk to her ever again, but I messaged her, and we had a long, kind of nice talk. I teased her and made her laugh like I used to, but today I texted her, and she didn't respond for hours. That's because she has really low interest, and what you're not realizing is you're chasing her. So it's like twice you're texting her. And when she's said, I just want to be friends. And so when you call her and keep pursuing her, you're keeping yourself in friendship zone by doing it that way. And so you're actually torturing yourself and making the pain and suffering go on longer than it needs to. And when she did, it was a simple, yep, I don't want to deal feeling like this anymore. What steps aren't I taking? What am I doing wrong? Thank you for your time. And I know exactly how you're feeling, and obviously there's some detail that you left out of this letter. But I can tell overall things were going well for a while, and then her interest in you started to drop, and you just assumed everything was still great while her interest is going. And plus, I think you said in here you guys don't live close together, or it's kind of a distance relationship, long distance relationship. So the point being is her interest level stops dropping, and you didn't know what to look for. You didn't recognize the signs because you probably hadn't read my book yet. And so that is your first big mistake, because that's what happens to most guys. They don't know these things. They don't know what to look for, and it's not until they get dumped that they start, a lot of guys like you seek me out because you're trying to figure out what the hell just happened. And so the reason that you're suffering is, number one, is you're chasing her. And here's what the deal is. When a chick says, I want to just be friends, or I want to break up with you, or I don't want to see you anymore in that way, and you're not into what she's offering, you can say, look, I want you, I love you, I adore you, whatever your stage of your relationship is, but I'm not into being just your buddy or your friend or your male girlfriend. And so if we can have an open relationship, and we still be sex playmates to each other or be friends with benefits, but I'm not strictly doing a platonic friendship thing with you. And if that's what you want, then you need to go find some other dude to have a platonic friendship with, because I'm not into it. I can't hang out with you and not be able to touch you when you're hanging out and hooking up with other dudes. It's like I'd rather just hang out with other girls who feel the same way about me. I'm not looking for, like I said, it doesn't work for me. And so you as a man have the option to walk away. You say, hey, if you give me a call if you change your mind. That's basically all you can do at this point. So stop calling her. Don't call her at all, because she's dumped you. So if you continue to call, you're chasing her, and you'll never get her back doing it that way, because then you're just basically confirming that she made the right decision by breaking up with you. Because men who are alpha males, when a woman does that, he's like, oh, it's your fucking loss, and he's gone. He never looks back. He walks away, and that's it. And if she regrets it later on, she'll call him. And so it's not about being a dick to her. You just say, that's what I want. But if you're not willing to give it to me, then that's cool. Give me a call if you change your mind. And that's the best way you can leave it with her. And when she does call you, Set up a definite date, a definite time for her to come over and hang out, and stop arguing with her, because, number one, you need to read my book. You need to learn how to communicate with the women effectively, because guys who understand women don't argue with them. And so number two is you need to start meeting and dating as many new women as possible and applying these skills that I teach so you can get good. Especially like a month or two from now, say this girl gives you a call. This is not the kind of girl you want to have as your girlfriend, or to be in an exclusive relationship, or get married or whatever, because she can't be faithful. She cheated on you and she lied to you. She's a great chick that probably have as a sex playmate or a friends with benefits, or have an open relationship where you can sleep with whoever you want, she can sleep with whoever she wants. But she's not good girlfriend or exclusive relationship type of material. But if you start dating and meeting as many other women as possible using the things I teach, it'll improve your skills, it'll improve your confidence, it'll give you a little bit more swagger, which will help you get even more women. And that's the best thing that you can do in this situation. Like I said, when she calls you, set a definite date, get off the phone, and the only time you should be contacting her is when you're responding to her texts. So if she calls you after 7 p.m. at night, call her back the next day or text her back the next day. That's all you got to do. It's really pretty much, in this case, since you got dumped, that's all you really can do. So if you find this message of value, you can show your appreciation by going down to the Wibia toolbar, click the PayPal donate button, and donate any amount that you feel is equal to the value of the information in this video. At the very least, please share this page with all your friends and family by clicking in one of the social network sharing buttons, which are also located in the Wibia toolbar at the bottom of your screen. If you have a question that you want to ask me, or there's a topic that you want me to cover in a future video newsletter, click the Contact Me tab on the left-hand side of your screen and send me 3 or 4 paragraphs detailing your situation. And just give me several days to get back to you with a response, because I get a lot of email from the internet, and I also get a lot of it from my paying phone coaching customers. But be patient, and I will get back to you in a few days. And if you want to talk to me right away, the best way is to book a paid phone coaching session by going to the top of my website, click the Products tab, and just follow the instructions. And I will talk to you soon.